So I'm doing my drive shaft lubrication service, and I'm going to lubricate my U-joints as well. This is the front. One thing I noticed is these U-joints should be clocked in phase. If you look at the angle of this one or even this one, they're not in phase with back. So this angle here should be the same, and it's not. So I'll fix that when I remove the drive shaft, which requires just unbolting the front diff and moving it forward. Bolt out, you want to come with a combo wrench from the front, and then a long extension on the back side. So once you get that back bottom bolt out, there's a 14mm bolt up top here on each side, and then there's a 17mm long bolt, through bolt. Remove those and you can see it's already sliding forward. Just move your diff forward and the rear drive shaft should come out. You can see I have my drive shaft out. Just some tips. Be careful of those Zerk fittings that your CV boots are resting on them so it won't puncture them. And then this is spring loaded. So once you get your front diff at an angle, you want to pull the drive shaft forward, compress that spring, and it'll pull out of the rear coupler. And Yamaha is now using polyurea grease to lubricate these. I'm going to re-lube mine with Tinkseal. As you can see, I greased my universal joints. Pull them in here, and then I'll clean these splines up and service with Tinkseal. So what I've done is I've cleaned this up and I've lifted my rear tires up so I can kind of clock this to where I need to be. So this is pretty much a vertical. There's a slight angle to it, but I can match it to the front. I'm going to take I'm going to pack this full. And you want to treat this like a jelly donut because this is packed full. It makes it harder for water to intrude. Okay? So I'm going to take my drive shaft, which I've also cleaned. There it goes. Splines are tight, which is good. And I'm just going to pack it in there. And obviously hydraulic pressure is going to keep it from going, but you can work it in so it gets to the back. Pull it out. And it's bottomed out. And I'm going to do this front with the same with the front yoke. Just make sure you got grease back in there. Okay, that's bottomed out. So that way I know I don't have any air voids, and I'll just wipe off the excess. Okay, so taking your drive shaft apart to clean it and grease it. This is the transmission end. You're putting it back together, your boot goes on first. All right. clean up any excess. And for time purposes, I'll do a better job. Got your C-clip. Okay, that's on. So then with the differential end, it goes on first. And this has all been cleaned up. And your C-clip. You gotta compress the boot to get it on there. And then your washer. And then your spring. And you should be able to push this. And then you can hear that C-clip engage. All right? So that's it. Before installing this boot, you want to pack it full of Tinkseal or your polyurea, because it's going to be a lot harder to pack once it's on the shaft. And that's good. Basically, you want to fill the ridges up. All right. And then this end, you can just like that. Okay, so to get this back in, your differential has to be forward. You have to make the drive shaft back and up. Insert your front end. And this is really important. It's got to match the angle of the rear yoke. So there. Okay, so this yoke and this yoke have to be in line, and I'm going to take a ruler and you can judge if the yokes match up, and they're pretty much in line. So that's the hardest part. Then move your differential back in line, slide your boots up, and torque everything to spec.